Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the council. We're about to go join the other guests for luncheons. Oh, finally. God damn, that quest was forever. Failed. I did not understand my mother's message. Oh, so it was literal? Thanks for the hint. Jesus Christ, that was a long fucking episode. We definitely need to up these that we can and unlock these that we can as well. That diversion would have been super useful earlier. We're going to put one more in vigilance, which doesn't come up often, I know, but maybe one more in agility. Those seem to be useful. Okay. We haven't got many of those mini games where you have to talk to people yet, have we? Diversion, etiquette, erudition, occultism, linguistics, manipulation, politics. Is there anything that's about to unlock? Etiquette would be a good one. Erudition would be a good one. And manipulation would be an excellent one. Do I have any? Oh, here we go. Oh, I can still equip more? Okay. Wait. Hang on. Do we have two? We have two etiquettes here. And we need two etiquettes to unlock it. Okay. Then we'll do that. He sure reads a lot of books, doesn't he? They really, went from episode 1 to overdrive for episode 2 on these things.
Joined everyone in the small salon.
I guess maybe they're just introducing us to them and then meet with the other guests in the small living room. Okay, we still need to keep an eye out for these unlockable chests, like the one with the 4 letters, which I apparently really should have just unlocked. You never know if you're going to go back to these areas, is the problem.
You are expected in the small salon, sir.
The small salon, downstairs, dining hall, Great Hall of Zeus, forecourt, library. I assume it's this Great Hall of Zeus area. It's not really giving me the option to go elsewhere, it would seem. Yeah. Come on. Get... Alright. Stop running into the wall like that. I assume it's just going to be this way down. No? Okay. I do actually like how it locks you out of these, because you could spend a fuck ton of time just running around nowhere. But at the same time, it's really hard to know if you're not going to be able to get back to somewhere and how much skill points you want to spend on that type of thing. Because a real person would be able to go back there, right? So it's not really... it's very conflicting, but at the same time I can understand the reasoning behind it. Is it really going to make me run all the way around here to go down, or did I just go the wrong way? Just double checking I can't get into any of these rooms. But I don't think this game is the type to sort of mislead you in this way. If it says go to the living room, you're not going to be going to other people's rooms, typically. What's that sound? Jesus Christ. Let me down. Let me down these stairs, you bastards. Are we going to meet Godoy now? I believe so.
Emily, I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis?
I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I've started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
Must have been Emma I saw in my vision.
I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their
I guess
stay.
this would be when he'd figure it out otherwise.
I've got a question that might seem a little bit strange.
I'm listening.
If I said go beyond the nightmare, would that ring any bells?
No, means nothing to me. Do you mean literally or figuratively speaking?
My mother used to talk about it, in the figurative sense probably. We still need to understand what
she means
she
in
was
the literal
referring to, though.
sense, because the
If I
game's telling me
find
that.
something, I'll let you know.
which is annoying.
Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
Emily, there's something else.
Go on then.
It's about your sister.
Look at the trait!
I don't know what happened exactly, but it's possible that my mother had a go at her.
I know, Louis. I found out that same
yeah.
evening. Well, thanks for not trying to hide it.
What?
I don't owe my mother shit.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know if I could trust you. Now I know I
she trusts
can.
me. BAM!
It seems that your mother tricked Emma.
You know,
She
typically I wouldn't
apparently
do that,
asked
but
her to
I'm
hide an
getting
important
the feeling
book
my mother's
so that even
a piece
she
of
wouldn't
garbage.
know where it was. And then she shot her like a dog to make sure no one would ever find it again.
Is that the book that I have that I showed to everybody?
Why would she do that?
I don't know, Louis, but I'll find out. You can count on that.
I'm sincerely sorry, Emily.
Thank you, Louis. But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
There must be an explanation, Emily.
That's what we shall see.
You know,
Come, Louis.
if they're that close of twin sisters, it's not going to matter if there's a reason or not, right? That's the danger of telling her. But just because my mother has seemingly
You will
been,
pay dearly, Peru. I'm
like I said,
sure
a
you
piece of
were
garbage,
involved
there's
somewhere
good
along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little
I bet it's gonna end here.
unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest.
But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
And what has Mr. Peru done to once again provoke someone's anger?
We don't really know just yet.
I get the feeling it won't be long before it gets out.
How could you dare
I
do
like
such
how
a thing?
Washington's just a
Dios
gossip
mío, you
hound.
are all out of your minds.
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined. What?
Oh, no.
The King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before. How dare they?
Oh dear.
Oh, as if...
Napoleon's like, fuck yeah.
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous! Bastard! He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360. You beheaded a king for one vote! Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until this, anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness. He was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
Gentlemen, Duchess, we're all among people of reputable company here. We should be able to manage the conflicts of our nations in a respectful and orderly manner.
I fully agree with you, sir.
But
That's enough, sir.
with whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richet.
Are you related to Sarah de Richet?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
What a weird instruction. Can we move on before this timer runs out, please?
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm
Yes,
glad you
please.
asked. I want to talk to you too.
We're gonna run out. Look how he's sitting. Look at that. His legs are so tiny.
I heard
Fuck.
about your mother's disappearance.
He looks concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt
Come on,
it's
come on,
from
come on, come on.
something
Give me at
alone.
least one option before the timer runs out.
Let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her?
Fuck
Have you found
you!
her, maybe?
Alright. Fuck. We know it's vulnerable already. We'll just use it.
To hear you speak, you seem to know my mother well.
Not really. We met for the first time on this very spot. Some
We only
weeks
have one
back.
chance, so we've got to
We had a very pleasant
bore on
discussion.
This one.
She's an exceptionally learned lady with a good head for business. No need for me to tell you that.
I agree.
Did she tell you about our arrangement?
The cat's out of the bag now.
Man, I should have used this next
More or less,
use.
but please do refresh my memory.
Yes, of course. Nothing of great importance in itself. During one of our discussions, she spoke of an old book,
fucked up.
which
I
might have
shouldn't
been
have
of
used my last
interest
royal
to
jelly
me,
for that.
and she had agreed to let me have it.
A book about what?
Ancient occultism. As you are aware, I am a doctor of theology. You might have come across some old books.
We're gonna get an immunity now.
In her belongings, perhaps?
Watch. No?
The least one can say is that he doesn't beat around the bush.
Sarah never travels without a few books. What does the one you're looking for look like exactly?
It resembles a grimoire. It's divided
I got
into
it.
7 parts.
I showed it to
Each
fucking
one
Washington and Adams.
individually
Not
locked.
Adams.
It was
Hillsborough.
made in such a way that if someone tried to tamper with it, the sheets would be permanently tarnished. It's a unique copy. There's only one.
The mere mention of it makes his face light up.
Well, I'll take a closer look, but I can't promise you anything. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say?
Yeah. We haven't discovered
Time I
it.
move closer to it, it seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession.
So something I learned...
I thought it was with a certain
Something I changed in the first that I didn't
in
mention
Paris.
is I just took the
Do you
book
know
and not
him?
the bag. Hang on. I gotta use this again.
I've never heard of him. I'm sorry. I haven't been much help to you.
Well, too bad.
I hope I've been able to satisfy your curiosity, Mr. von Volner, and that you succeed in finding what you're looking for.
Oh, and so do I.
And now, what if you told me who you really are working for, instead of keeping up this pretense?
I beg your pardon?
We both know what you're looking for, von Volner. You're the one who von Burchert was planning to sell it to.
For centuries, all those who have come into contact with the Al-Azif have bitterly regretted it, Monsieur de Richet. You are playing a dangerous game. Please know that I am working for someone who does not appreciate anyone poking around in his business.
Let me guess.
Fuck! What? Home.
It's Sir Gregory.
Correct. You ought to know then, he is not a man who likes to be duped. You are walking on thin ice, sir.
Can we sum up what we found out? Because I was sort of panicking and didn't really take that in. Mother shit
Great.
balls.
Honey.
Good, I need that. Honey. Honey. Fuck me. Oh, I didn't take any of that in except that he was working for home. Something to do with Al-Azif. He's really obsessed with this book that I have somewhere. It might not be the book that I have, now that I think about it. That might have just been a manuscript. Well, why would she keep it in her bag like that?
Hey, these look like pages taken from an
I've got the full encyclopedia now.
encyclopedia. There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
I don't have 5-circle key. Man, I think I am definitely doing another playthrough of this once I've finished. It seems like things can go way differently, and you can learn many other things. So many locks to break, and you know, occult things I'm not unaware of.
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
Conference nightmare.
Does expression "go beyond the nightmare" mean anything to you at all?
Well, metaphorically, yes. It sums up the career of a soldier quite well. I doubt that is what you want to hear, though.
Indeed.
That's surely not what I'm looking for.
Well, monsieur, if you are looking for a phrase book, Lord Mortimer must surely have one, given the number of books he has. You ought to check in the library of the tower. You never know.
Good point. I forgot about that.
Would you have any more information about the conference Lord Mortimer spoke of?
Nothing at all. Mortimer is very committed to secrecy when it comes to his conferences. But given the presence of Monsieur Peru and ourselves, I think it must concern France to some extent. Otherwise, I doubt he would have invited 3 Frenchmen to his table. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His
we didn't read about
reputation
him.
is enough for me.
Let's see here. Napoleon, immunity to conviction or politics. But not questioning.
Meaning?
This gentleman enjoys people talking about him for too many reasons. His undeserved titles, more than 10 in just 4 years, and each one more prestigious than the one before.
You don't think he deserves them?
If I had seen him on the battlefield, there might be some doubt. But that is not the case. The Queen would rather not risk losing him, so she consoles him with awards and titles.
So you don't have a very positive opinion?
His coveting French Catalonia does not encourage me to have one.
I understand your point of view. Well, I'll be leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her. À plus tard, monsieur.
What you fucking call me? What did you just fucking call me? Alright. Godoy. Manuel Godoy, Secretary of State and head of the Spanish government. Okay, Spanish. I couldn't figure that out. I guess Manuel might have tipped me off, but Godoy doesn't sound Spanish to me. Not that I know many people from Spain. A favorite of King Charles IV of Spain, Godoy rapidly climbed the political ranks. Lover of Queen Marie Louise Bourbon of Parma, he attracted the envy of Spanish princes. As Secretary of State, he developed and strengthened the Spanish colonial empire, especially in the Americas. A close friend of Louis XVI, King of France, he worked hard for the king's liberation, but in vain. This served to fuel his resentment of the Republican government of France. Invited by Sir Gregory Home, Godoy arrived at Lord Mortimer's manor with the firm intention of calming the expansionist desires of the United States of America on their continent. That's good to know. So he's got a bone to pick with Washington and France, which involves me, Peru, and Bonaparte. I wish we could ask
Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Dorkin the Forkin. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, fools?
Amber.
Jesus Christ, him saying Amber creeps me out. Amber.
There's a pattern
Amber.
with 5 circles on this chest.
Amber. Amber. Oh, Amber. Oh, I'm ambering, y'all. I'm ambering. Oh. I'm all ambered out. All right. Oh, I guess we'll end it here. We'll be back next episode. Bye. Bye.